one stat that might give Newcastle a bit of hope. In the 2 seasons that Dario Vidosic has been in charge of Melbourne City, his teams have conceded 3 goals without reply on 3 occasions. For a top team, that is something of a rarity. It's not so rare if you're down at the bottom end of the ladder. I'm sure there are plenty of fan bases saying, well, hang on, I saw that happen a few times to my team this year. But Melbourne City, on occasion, when the opposition gets a run on, they can run hot. And that's what they'll be hoping to do here. Off the underside of the bar, Ayres with the header, cleared off the line, Bolden crashes in and held on to by Barbara. Well, maybe that is a taste of what we'll get, but Newcastle will feel that should have been the first goal. Caught the eye of Melbourne City, where she's been ever since. Ball over the top here. Bolden has stolen a march. On the tight angle for the right footer. Bolden is foiled. Copus Brown with the follow-up. And more gilt-edged chances for the Jets. And then just loops it high, almost away from the penalty area. Ayres prods it through. Jets still on the attack. Davis cuts it back for Gooch. And the top corner was crying out for the ball to nestle, and Gooch sends it wide. It's just a few minutes off as Melbourne City started to assume control, and now the Jets have reloaded and gone again, but they can't find one. You feel like one could bring more. Was that a handball by Ayres? It matters not. The shot went wide, and it will be a goal kick. We haven't seen her reach top speed just yet today. Lara Gooch plays the early pass. Bolden has got runners in the middle. Bolden for Ayres, and Ayres half volleys it over. And it still won't go for the Jets.
And also the way she's actually distributed that ball out so quickly, Newcastle Jets got to be worried with that.
Telegraphed back pass here, but Barbara showing composure. Long-time Brazil international. And Melbourne City, through the Newcastle press, can turn defence into attack in the blink of an eye. Davidson drifting, didn't want to shoot from distance. Garlich slides it through, Pollicina! And after absorbing everything Newcastle could throw at them, it's Melbourne City who strike first, and Rihanna Pollicina puts 1 foot firmly in the grand final. Newcastle flagging at the end of the first half. Melbourne City can sense the opportunity to double their lead on the day. Ekic, neat little drag step. Ekic, saved by Nino, into the danger area though. Pollicina, saved again by Nino. Good goalkeeping from the Jets custodian, but not off the hook yet. And Wilkinson sends it back across the face. It was a great cross from Garlich, and Wilkinson couldn't apply the finish.
What a great double save there by Nino.
Here's Laura Hughes. Big safety net for Melbourne City. In an ideal world, they may not see too much action for Bubs. Newcastle have made a change of their own. Milan Hammond, the youngster from Newcastle, is on for Lauren Allen at halftime. Hammond, who started the elimination final against Western United, still waiting on her first Liberty A-League goal. Here's Melina Ayres trying to muscle through. He's got the entire City defence to contend with. Squeezes across, and then Bolden off the point of the boot sends it sky high when a truer strike was needed. The other player to make way was Laura Hughes. So fresh legs in the midfield engine for Melbourne City. Interesting that they are the ones that refresh first. Newcastle have made 2 changes of their own, but now City through Ekic, who's had a few chances here, moves the ball onto Wilkinson, and the flag stays down. Melbourne City are heading for the decider. 2-0 on the day, 5-0 on aggregate. He's on for the final 20 minutes of this one, but it could be a torrid 20. Here's Ekic now, lost possession, then got it back. Nino with a save. Pollicina chases the ball out of the penalty area. Letitia McKenna in support. Here's McKenna now. Gaps everywhere. McKenna can't free the feet. Hoban, the most recent sub, gets a foot on the ball. Briley Henry buzzing around the penalty area. Clever backheel from Ekic. Henry over to Pollicina. Crowded 6-yard box. Who can find a way through? It's McKenna! And Letitia McKenna! And having to mark her this week. Ekic will be hoping to ask questions in the other direction. Plays it through here. Briley Henry! Saved by Nino. And we spoke earlier about Briley Henry still yet to score a goal this season. And that was a good little chance to get off the mark.
It sure was. We know that Briley's got a pace to burn here in this situation. She's just overthought that there and stretched out. She could have even taken a touch.
Policina Pryor hasn't lowered her colours today, has fought out every last step of the way. Will no doubt be hoping that the Jets can rebuild in the future. But for now, it's all about Melbourne City. Through to the grand final they go. 3-0 away, 3-0 at home. Melbourne City 3, Newcastle Jets 0, 6-0 on aggregate.